Go ahead.
Alright, Juan Diego was an Indian. He was not Spanish. Juan Diego was an Indian. He was full-blooded Indian.
Like native to Mexico?
Yeah, he was an Indian. He was Aztec blood. Juan Diego, his uncle was dying. So Juan Diego would go to this hill.
David's house.
Wait, Juan Diego would go to this hill and he'd pray for his uncle because his uncle was dying. And one day he was met by a very beautiful woman, like a very beautiful woman. She's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, I'm praying for my uncle." She's like, "I can cure your uncle, but you have to do something for me." And he said, "Okay." She's like, I want you to build a church. I want you to build a church in my name. He said, "I can't do that." He's like, "I'm poor. We don't have money for food or medicine or anything. We don't have money for anything." And she said, "Just do something for me and you'll have money for that." And he said, "Okay." So she's like, "I want you to go to the city," which was the precursor to Mexico City. She said, "I want you to go there and say, build a church for La Virgen de Guadalupe." He's like, they're not going to do that. I'm an Indian. They're Spaniards. They're not going to... This was in the 1500s. They're not going to do anything. She's like, "Just go there." So he went to the city. He's like, you need to build a church for this woman, La Virgen de Guadalupe. And they're like, "What? No. And he left with his tail in between his legs. He left because they refused him.
Yeah.
And he went back to this hill, and she was just like, "Well, what happened?" He's like, "They said no." And she was like, "All right, well, go back." And this was in the dead of winter when nothing grows. And she's like, "Okay, go back and tell them the next time you come, you're going to bring a bouquet of flowers." Or no. She said, "Go back and the next time you'll have a bouquet of flowers." And literally roses and flowers in the middle of winter when no flowers grow. There's no way someone could have flowers. This was before hydroponics or anything. She's like, "Go back there, and when you get there," she wasn't telling them to pick flowers. She's like, "When you go there, like, hold your tunic up and go back there and tell them to build a church for me, La Virgen. Build a church for me. And when you go there and they refuse you, drop your tunic and flowers will fall from it." And he said, "I can't do that. There's no flowers. It's winter." Just do it.
And you can't guarantee that.
Yeah. He's like, "I can't do that. This is winter. There's no flowers." She's like, "Just do that. Just hold your tunic up to your chest and do that." And so Juan Diego went there. He's a poor fucking Indian man. He went there and he's like, "You need to build a church for La Virgen de Guadalupe. You need to build a church for her." And they're like, "No, this is ridiculous, no." And he's like, he held the tunic up and he's just like, he dropped it and flowers, like roses and flowers, like beautiful flowers fell. And he's like, the Virgin Mary